In primary and secondary school, we, of course, learn about reading and writing. We even learn different ways to practice both of these skills. But there's one very basic skill for which formal training is typically left to sharply issued commands or pleaded inducements, and that's listening. That's where active listening comes in. Listening affects our learning, our jobs, every aspect of our lives. We all hear lots every day, but how much do we really listen to? You may hear the term active listening mentioned in many contexts. It's come to be referred to any number of strategies, but at its core, it involves the principles we're about to discuss. The first one is something anyone should be able to understand. Garrett, what's the first rule of listening?
Stop talking.
Correct. Step 1. Stop talking and pay attention to the speaker. If my son can remember this, so can you. It's simple. If you're talking, you're probably not listening. And although you can listen faster than you can speak, you probably can't do a good job of it if you're focused elsewhere, including speaking. So, stop talking. Look at the person who's speaking. It's a simple courtesy of body language that tells the speaker you're ready to listen. Eliminate barriers to communication. What this means is, if there's too much noise, move somewhere quieter. If there's a language barrier, find an interpreter, or ask the speaker to speak slower or louder. Step 2, listen generously. What this means is to put all biases aside and just hear and evaluate what the person is saying to you. To do this, don't interrupt, of course. Don't try to find flaws in the person's thinking or make judgments based on appearance or method of delivery. Instead, focus on the content of what they're saying. And finally, just listening doesn't mean that they're right and you're wrong. Don't spend time preparing a rebuttal. Instead, work on learning something from the speaker, like why this is important to them. Step 3. Listen for facts and feelings. Our emotions and emotional states come through in interpersonal communication all the time, especially when someone is angry, sad, or excited about something. The facts that they're trying to communicate may get lost in the feelings. If you can think of every message having factual and emotional content, then you can easily sort through both. First, note the facts. Later, you can paraphrase or ask for more information. Note the emotional content. What is the speaker's state of mind? Remember, we all express emotions differently, and sometimes they can be misconstrued as something else. Anger may be misconstrued as excitement, or vice versa. Adjust your nonverbal communication to remain open to hearing more, even if the person seems upset with you. This will help the factual content to be expressed and diffuse any volatile situations. Do not confront the person with facts or your own feelings. Rather, express concern for what they're saying. Finally, separating facts from feelings also helps to keep your own feelings from becoming involved. Getting angry because you feel confronted does no good to further communication. Let's look at an example of active listening in action.
Not having a good day, huh?
Yeah. You know that licensing deal I've been working with, that San Diego company? I was super gung-ho about it, thought it was going to be a good opportunity, but now I'm just not so sure.
So you were feeling really excited about it, and now you're having second thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you know I've done tons of these deals, and sometimes it takes a week, maybe a couple weeks, a month at the most, but this is just ridiculous.
So you're not used to having negotiations drag on like this?
Yeah. You know, we were pretty close to signing a deal a couple times, and then they'd ask for another concession, and then we met them more than halfway. But then I get an email this morning, and they want to push back the signing until, I don't know, the end of the year?
Well,
kidding me?
Yeah, it sounds like you've given them as much as you can, and now this is just too much to ask.
Yeah. You know, I got a friend who works in the area, too, and he said he's surprised that it's taken this long. Plus, he said there's other companies who'd be interested in our product, so...
So you got another perspective.
Yeah. I think I've just been like too focused in onto trying to make this happen, and that I just lost sight of the big picture. So what I need to do is just develop more leads in the area.
Well, it sounds like you're feeling ready to move on.
Yeah, I think I am. Hey, thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And keep me posted, okay?
Yeah, will do.
Step 4. Active responses. When the person you're listening to is finally done, it's time to give them some feedback. In doing so, you may paraphrase. So, paraphrase the content in your own words. This helps the speaker know that you understood them, or it identifies gaps in the information. Ask for more information. There's nothing wrong with seeking clarification for anything you don't understand. Recognize the emotional content by mirroring their feelings or identifying what you heard. This is really just a clarification of the emotional content of the message. You can also say how it makes you feel. Don't try to solve the problem, but you can ask how you can help. And that's all you need to remember to be an active listener. Remember, active listening is about being in the moment with the speaker and taking them seriously. Although it might seem that we're using this only as it applies to conflict situations, it can be used in any conversation. Thank you for listening.